Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am Lily and I returned with another story that will send a chill down your spine. Before we dive in, take a moment to like this video, share it with those who would enjoy it. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a story. Now, let's get started. It was a bitterly cold night in January 1971 when the Baron family arrived at their new home, an ancient farmhouse in the quiet town of Harrisville, Rhode Island. The house standing tall amidst sprawling fields and dense woods was a picture of eerie tranquility. Its weathered wood creaked under the weight of history, and its cracked windows seemed to watch as the family unloaded their belongings. For Roger Perron, the father, this house represented a fresh start, a dream of rural serenity. For Caroline, his wife, it was an adventure, a chance to create a cozy, peaceful life for their five daughters, Andrea, Nancy, Christine, Cindy, and April. But what the family didn't know was that this house had a soul of its own, and it wasn't friendly. From the moment they stepped onto the property, the family noticed strange things. Their dog, Sadie, normally brave and playful, froze at the threshold of the house, refusing to enter. She barked frantically at the empty doorway, as if sensing something the family couldn't see. That first night, as they settled into their new lives, the house began to speak to them in its own way. Roger, awoken by faint footsteps on the stairs, assumed one of his daughters was wandering. But when he checked, all the girls were sound asleep. Oddly, all the doors they had locked before bed were now wide open, creaking softly in the midnight breeze. As days turned to weeks, the parents could no longer dismiss the unsettling occurrences as mere coincidence. Mysterious sounds. At night they heard whispers coming from the walls, faint laughter from unseen lips, and the slow, deliberate dragging of furniture across the floor above them. Phantom smells, a putrid stench like rotting flesh, would suddenly fill the rooms, then vanish as quickly as it appeared. Unseen forces. Objects would move, and their own chairs scraping across the dining room floor, doors slamming shut with no one to blame. The children, especially Cindy and April, began to see figures in the shadows. Cindy whispered to her parents about a woman in gray, who stood silently by her bed at night. April, the youngest, claimed to have found a friend, a playful spirit named Rory, who lived in the wardrobe. It was Caroline, the mother, who bore the brunt of the haunting. She woke up many mornings with unexplained bruises on her body, as though she had been attacked in her sleep. As weeks passed, she began to feel drained, her once vibrant personality replaced by a hollow emptiness. One evening, while alone in the kitchen, Caroline felt a sharp tug on her hair. Turning quickly, she saw no one, but the icy touch lingered. That night she had a vivid dream, or perhaps a vision of a woman with sunken eyes, tangled hair, and a black dress. The figure leaned close and hissed, "Leave my house." Caroline soon became obsessed with the house's history. Through local archives and whispered stories from the neighbors, she uncovered the chilling tale of Bathsheba Sherman. Bathsheba Sherman had lived on the property in the mid-1800s, accused of witchcraft and the murder of her infant son as part of a satanic ritual. Bathsheba was ostracized by the local community. Legend claimed she had cursed the land and anyone who dared inhabit it. Her death was as mysterious as her life. She was found hanging from a tree in the backyard, her face frozen in an expression of rage. The family began to believe that Bathsheba's spirit still lingered. Filled with hatred for those who invaded her name, desperate for answers, the parents sought help from the renowned paranormal investigators, Ed and Lorraine Warren. The Warrens were no strangers to haunted houses, but even they were unprepared for the dark energy that enveloped the Pernes farmhouse. The moment Lauren stepped into the house, she felt its oppressive presence. "There is something here," she whispered. "Something ancient, something angry." Lauren confirmed that the house was a nexus of spiritual activity, with multiple entities trapped within its walls. But Bathsheba was the most powerful and the most malevolent. The Warrens decided to conduct a seance to confront Bathsheba's spirit directly. On a stormy night, with the wind howling like a banshee outside, the family and the Warrens gathered in the basement. Lauren began to recite prayers, her voice steady despite the growing tension in the room. Suddenly, the temperature dropped and the lights flickered. Caroline screamed as her body was thrown violently across the room. Her eyes rolled back, and her voice, now guttural and inhuman, bellowed, "This is my house. Live or die." Furniture levitated, and the walls echoed with deafening pangs. The Warrens fought to regain control, chanting prayers and commanding the entity to leave. Finally, with one final, ear-splitting crash, then the house fell silent. The scenes didn't rid the house of its dark presence until they could finally afford to move out. Even after they left, the family reported nightmares, and feelings of panic followed. The farmhouse remains standing to this day, a testament to the horrors the parents endured. It is considered one of the most haunted houses in America, and those who visit speak of hearing faint whispers and feeling unseen eyes watching them. This is no ghost story to be dismissed as fiction. The parents themselves have shared their harrowing experiences, and the Warrens documented the case extensively. Till this day, the question remains, was it the house that was cursed or the people who dared to live within its walls? Would you dare to visit? That is it for today's video. What is your take on the parent family's experience? Do you think it was all just a coincidence or something darker? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching this video guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!